Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the Red Zone here at Hicksville High School as we're getting ready for another night of boys basketball action on this Friday, 4th day of December 2015. The Aces are going to be hosting the Pirates of Continental for the junior varsity and varsity matchups here tonight, and we'll be covering both games for you here on Hicksville Community Television. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Murphy with HIX-TV. Kate Murphy with me tonight running the camera, and our pleasure to call the action for you as the Continental Pirates are in town to take on the Hicksville Aces. Aces off to a pretty good start this basketball season, and looking forward to some good basketball action here tonight. Starting five for the visiting Continental Pirates this evening will be number 12, Cameron Mason. Also, number 20, Dylan Coleman. Number 23 will be Jarrett Keck. Number 24, Chris Potts. And number 42, Nick States, will be their setter. On the Aces side of the coin, the starting five, number 3, Quentin Peffley. Number 5, Mike Myers. Also getting the start tonight, number 12, Dylan Evans. Number 22, Jake Greer. And number 24, Hunter Evans. And we will get ready to jump center court here. And get this basketball game underway. We will be underway. And we've just had a development with our camera person, so I'm going to have to try to do some double duty here and take care of the camera as well as the announcing duties. We missed the score. Aces are up 2-0. I have no idea who put it in. We'll resume the action. It'll be the Pirates' ball out of bounds. They get the ball inbounds. Looking to draw even here in the contest. Pass over onto the wing. Bounce pass down low. I'm not calling out numbers or names right now because, again, I can't refer to my roster. I'll be able to do a little bit better with the Aces since I know some of them. Hunter Evans with the ball right now. Bounce pass to Myers. Feeds it down low to Peffley. Bounce pass. They'll move it around. Greer drives it in, kicks it back out to Peffley. Peffley to Myers on the side, puts it up off the iron, no good. Put back, Greer, count it. Greer with the bucket. Evans was the person who scored the first bucket, by the way. We'll move down. Looks like we may just have to suspend our play-by-play here momentarily. We'll see if we can resume in just a little bit. So I do apologize for that, but I'm going to be going off microphone and getting behind the camera so we can follow the action better for you here on HIX-TV. And so back. All right, we'll see if that works a little bit better. Having some audio difficulties as well as everything else here tonight. So we'll try to get caught up here with the scoring. As we'll get back in action. I apologize, kind of a rough first quarter here, but having some difficulties. Camera person and then our audio system acting up on us. Had that happen one of the football games too, so hopefully we got everything all squared away. 1:04 left in the opening quarter, junior varsity game, and the Aces leading the Pirates by a score of 12-3. Going to have a foul, and that's going to be the first one on number 44, which is Bryce Slotman for Continental, and that's going to put Peffley at the line. So far, Quentin, 6 points to his credit. Peffley gets the second one, so that'll give him 7 and make it 13-3. All 3 points from Nick States for Continental. And we're going to have a timeout as soon as the ball gets across half court. So, give us a chance to get caught up a little bit. And again, I apologize for the start of the game with all the things going on. But hopefully we've got everything under control here to finish out the rest of this evening of basketball. First time out being used tonight by the Continental Pirates. I'll have 4 remaining for the game. Aces have yet to call a timeout. So far, Hicksville's committed 4 team fouls in this junior varsity game. The Pirates have committed 2. And again, the Aces leading 13-3. 6 points for Quentin, or make that 7 for Quentin Peffley, and then 2 apiece for Hunter Evans, Dylan Evans, and Jake Greer so far tonight. And again, all 3 of the Continental points from their setter, their big man, number 42, Nick States, the 6'3 freshman. Full 1 minute timeout for Continental, down by 10. They want to get back into the swing of things here. And again, Kate Murphy with me. I'm Bill Murphy. Glad to have you with us. We had a great time here last night with the girls with a commanding victory over the Lady Apaches at Fairview. And back here tonight now with the guys. Let's get ready to head into the first weekend of December. Pass down to Chris Potts, number 24. Potts bounce passes down low. Tries to get it in to Hale. It goes out of bounds. Inbounds and a shot for three. Off the iron, no good. Greer grabs the board. And Jake will bring it up. He'll toss it down to number 23, Luke Yoder, into the game. Lucas to Myers. Myers puts it up from three. A good-looking shot, but a little bit short. Follow up with Lucas, and that's good. Yoder with his first bucket of the night to make it 15-3. And here come the Pirates. Coleman passes it in, and we're going to have a whistle. And that's going to be a push off away from the ball, as Coleman tried to rocket it down to Hale. Common foul, team foul number 5 for the Aces. Coleman tries to get it in, almost picked off, but it winds up in the hands of the, and we're going to have an offensive foul afterwards on States, throwing those elbows around after that pass was, or the inbounds pass was nearly deflected. So Peffley will roll it into Michael Myers. Myers down to Lucas Yoder. Yoder for three, no good. That's the end of the first quarter, and after one, the Aces leading the Pirates of Continental by a score of 15-3. And that's time for us to say a big thank you to our basketball broadcast underwriter here on Hicksville Community Television, the Jim SCHMIDT family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, both the brand new Jim SCHMIDT Chevrolet Buick dealership and Jim SCHMIDT Ford, standing by to meet all of your automotive needs, as well as a couple of terrific service departments. If you're in the market for a vehicle, be it car, truck, van, or SUV, brand spanking new or pre-owned, stop by, check out the great selection on the lots at the Jim SCHMIDT family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, or you can check them out anytime online. The entire inventory is posted for you to look over at jimschmidtauto.com. I want to thank them so much for their continued support of our Hicksville Aces basketball broadcasts on HIX-TV, the Jim SCHMIDT family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Well, we all settled in here, Catherine. All right. So. Kate's microphone, I'm not sure if it's working or not. Couldn't hear her talking, so halftime we'll play a little bit more and see if we can get that taken care of as well. Hunter Evans down to Myers in the corner. He'll put it up off the glass and good. Michael Myers with his first 2 points tonight. Makes it 17-3. And that's a travel as Coleman drags the foot. Aces ball on the sideline. Yoder inbounds to Myers. Back to Luke Yoder. Bounce pass inside to Gage Yoder to Hunter Evans. Evans puts it up. It's a long two. 19-3. As the Pirates will bring it up with Jarrett Keck. Keck almost. It's about as close as you can come to traveling without actually doing it. Passes it over to Mason, and Mason's bucket is good. Makes it 19-5. Myers the other way for the Aces to Hunter Evans. Bounce pass to Greer. Greer back to Hunter Evans. To Greer, the top of the key. Over to Myers on the wing. Myers hands off to Hunter Evans. Pitches it off to Gage Yoder. Puts it up and was off the hands of the Aces and out of bounds. 4:41 to go before halftime. Coleman to Keck. Keck over to Mason. Mason puts it up, no good. Greer grabs the board. They'll clear it. Toss it over to Myers. Back to Greer. Greer to Lucas Yoder, to Hunter Evans, who will drive in, pull up, put it up, and good. 6 points now for Hunter. As Coleman with a little half-court pressure from Lucas Yoder. Lucas giving him some trouble. Pulls in, feeds it off at the last minute to Mason, who puts it up. No good. And Greer grabs the board. Myers brings it across the timeline. Lucas Yoder. Back to Greer. Greer tries to feed it inside to Evans. Mason picks off the bounce pass. He'll get the ball back over to Dylan Coleman. Coleman will bring it across half court. Coleman down to Keck. Keck, bounce pass. It's picked off by Lucas Yoder. Lucas behind the back dribble. Gets it off to Myers. Myers, dribble into the paint. Kick it back out to Hunter Evans. Tosses it over to Greer on the wing. Back to Lucas Yoder. Yoder's going to drive in, feed it down low to Gage. Gage puts it up off glass, no good. Rebound comes down to the Pirates. Keck grabs it. He'll toss it over to Coleman. We'll go back the other way. Coleman to Mason. Mason tied up in a double team on the side. He gets it away to Hale. Hale takes it in, puts it up. Doesn't get the ball to drop, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. That'll be personal foul on Gage Yoder, his first, and team foul number 6 on the Aces. So the Pirates will be in the bonus after this. Shot up and short. Alex Hale with a rainbow arc that comes up about a foot shy of the hoop. And we're going to have a timeout. So timeout on the floor called by the Aces. About 2.5 minutes to go before halftime. Expect the crowd to start trickling in here shortly. It's a red night for the Aces faithful for the varsity game. Quick 30-second timeout from the Aces bench. We'll get back into action, and when we get back from the break, Alex Hale will be at the line with his second free throw. Referees mopping up a little perspiration on the floor. 2:44 to go. Hale's second shot off the back of the iron, no good, and we're going to have a foul on the rebound, and that's going to be against the Pirates. Reach in, got the wrist, and that'll be number 3 on Bryce Slapman, number 44. His third personal and team foul number 4 for the Pirates. Lucas Yoder to Peffley back into the game. Peffley tosses it over to Greer. Greer is going to drive baseline, go strong to the hoop, put it up and in. We'll come back the other way with Coleman, guarded by Yoder. Coleman over to Keck. Keck across court, back to Coleman. He'll toss it to States. States back to Coleman on the wing. Coleman looking things over, not seeing anything opened up. Gets it to Mason, guarded by Greer. They'll get it back to States, so he'll put out a long 3, no good. Mason grabs the board. He'll kick it out to Keck. Keck back to Coleman with 1:51 left before halftime. Bounce pass to States. Back to Coleman, to Keck again. And nothing happening there. We'll have a whistle. And I think that might be on Gage Yoder. Nope. That'll be on Lucas Yoder. His first personal. Team foul number 7, and that'll put Jarrett Keck at the line to shoot 1-1. His team down 23-5. And he misses the front end. And we're going to have a over the back on the rebound. That'll be team foul number 5 on the Pirates. And that'll be the second personal foul on Nick States. Peffley will inbounds it to Lucas Yoder. And here come the Aces. 1:35 to go in the first half. Peffley on the wing inside to Evans. Hunter Double clutch shot up and good. 8 points now for Hunter Evans. 1:20 left in the half. Coleman driving in. Not seeing anything opened up. Feeds it off to States. States is going to drive to the bucket. Ball's going to be slapped out of bounds by Hunter Evans, but he's going to get a bit of States' wrist, and that'll be a foul on Peffley. States at the line. This is the first one. He gets one more. He was fouled in the act of shooting. 1:06 to go before halftime. One more for States. No good. Greer grabs the board. Over to Lucas Yoder. With a minute to go in the half. Lucas to Hunter Evans. Evans looking for some help. Gets it off to Greer. Greer will hold things up for just a bit. Get it to Peffley. Peffley's going to drive it into the paint. Little alley-oop shot. No good. Rebound comes down to States with 44. Gets it off to Coleman. Coleman takes it across half court with 41 seconds left in the half. Down by 20. Pirates looking to make something happen. The ball knocked loose. It rolls out of bounds. Going to stay with Continental. 34.2 seconds remaining. Coleman, long inbounds to Mason. Check that, to Keller. Keller to Coleman. Down low to Hale. Hale kicks it back out to Keck, to Coleman. Coleman looking for some help. States with 13 and throws it out of bounds. Aces will get the ball back, 11.7 seconds. Threw it right in the lap. A couple members of the girls' varsity squad sitting over there. Lucas Yoder to Jake Greer to Peffley. 2 seconds. Lucas, that'll be well short, and that'll be the end of the first half. And after one half of play in this junior varsity game, the Aces dominate. They're going into the locker room up 20. It's Hicksville 25, Continental 5 at halftime. We're going to take a break, but stick around. We'll be back. We'll have all the exciting second half play-by-play coming your way right here on HIX-TV. As we are getting ready to get the second half underway here. It'll be the Pirates ball to get things started here in quarter number 3. We'll try to fill in the halftime scores as we can. And now number 24, Potts. Ball is stolen away by the Aces. Come back the other way with Myers. Myers feeds to Hunter Evans, who kicks it back to Dylan Evans. Dylan to Hunter on the wing. Hunter's going to drive in, pull up. His shot is up, no good. Rebound comes down to Mason for the Pirates. In that first half, the Pirates only scoring 5, and that was 2 from Cameron Mason and 3 from Nick States. For the Aces, leading scorer was Hunter Evans in the first half. Hunter had 7 points for Quentin Peffley, 4 for Jake Greer, 2 each for Dylan Evans, for Lucas Yoder, and for Michael Myers. Again, those unofficial numbers. Myers down in the corner, drives baseline, puts it up, and he's going to be hacked. That's Nick States. Puts him onto the deck. And that'll put Myers at the line to shoot 2. Third foul for States. Myers' free throw is good. He'll have one more. He gets them both. Potts gets the long cross-court pass, looks around, he'll pull up. His jumper is off glass, no good. Myers grabs the board. Quickly down to Hunter Evans. Evans going to take it the distance, up and good. Hunter Evans goes coast to coast for the bucket, makes it 29-5. Bounce pass. That's Mason. His pull-up jumper off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Gage Yoder. Over to Michael Myers to Hunter Evans. Evans bounce pass inside to Yoder. Kicks it back out to Dylan Evans. Dylan shot no good. Ball's punched out of there and picked up by Keck. Will come the other way with the Pirates. Keck dribbling. Over to Potts. Potts to States, back to Keck. And that'll be a travel. And a little bit of emotion shown by Jarrett Keck. Inbounds to Michael Myers, 3:51 to go here in quarter number 3, and the Aces with a comfortable 24-point lead in this junior varsity game. Hunter Evans, up and good. Evans, 12 points now on the night. They'll come back the other way. Keck to Hale, who gets it to Potts. Back out on top to Keck. Keck drives in, bounce pass low to States, puts it up, no good. Hunter Evans grabs the board. And again, Evans quickly down. Tosses it back to Myers. Myers to Peffley. Peffley for three. No good. Gage Yoder almost grabbed the board, taken out of his hands by Keck, who's quickly back the other way for the Pirates. He feeds over to Potts. Potts for three is up and no good. Hunter Evans grabs the board. He'll clear things out, toss it over to Michael Myers. Myers bounce pass down low to Dylan Evans, who'll toss it off to Peffley. Back to Dylan. Dylan to Peffley again. Peffley drives into the paint. It's under the bucket layup, no good. Put back by Dylan Evans, no good. Peffley, and he'll get it knocked out of bounds. Lucas Yoder back into the game. He'll spell Hunter Evans. He'll keep some availability with Hunter so they can utilize him in the varsity contest coming up if need be. Myers to Lucas Yoder, up off glass and good. Yoder with his first bucket of the second half. 2:28 to go. It's 33-5 Aces. Down low. Mason is going to get tied up with Myers. And the possession arrow gives the ball to the Aces. In the game now, number 14, Blake Sterheim, as Gage Yoder will get a break. Peffley inbounds to Myers. Myers over to Lucas Yoder. Yoder down low, and Sterheim loses it out of bounds. Dribbles on the end line. Hill looking to handle the inbounds. Bounces it into Potts. Potts hands it off to Oakley. Oakley back to Hale. Hale back to Oakley. Oakley for three is good. Connor Oakley puts down the tray to make it 33-8. And we're going to have another timeout called by the Aces. 33-8, 1:42 to go here in quarter number 3. Bill Murphy along with Kate bringing you the action. Junior varsity boys basketball here on a Friday night from the Hicksville Red Zone. Glad to have you with us. Again, we'll be hanging around for both games tonight here and the varsity contest. Coach Dave Blue talking things over with the JV squad. Junior varsity coach for the Continental Pirates, by the way, Nathan SCHMIDT. Going over things with his squad as well. Very, very young junior varsity team for Continental. They have 4 sophomores, and every other kid out there is a freshman. So they are a youthful group, and the more experienced aces are taking advantage of that. Quentin Peffley tosses it in to Michael Myers. And Myers, the freshman for Hicksville, across the timeline down to Lucas Yoder. Lucas to Sterheim. Sterheim tries to feed it down low to Peffley, making the cut. And the pass goes out of bounds and back to the Pirates. Inbounds to Potts. Potts to Oakley. Oakley on the wing, kicks it back out to Keller, who's in the game, number 30. Keller gets it over to Potts. Potts back to Oakley. Mason. Guarded by Peffley. Mason tries to pull it in, can't do it. Gets it back out top to Hale. Over to Oakley. Oakley, another 3-bomb, no good this time. Lucas Yoder quickly to Michael Myers. Myers nearly loses the dribble, gets it back over to Peffley for 3. Bingo. Peffley with the tray to make it 36-8 with under a minute to go in the third quarter. Potts feeds it over to Mason. Mason looking around for some help. Almost loses it, but Hale grabs it, gets it back to Potts, back to Oakley. And they'll work around the perimeter and see if they can get something to open up here in the next 25 seconds. Shot up, no good. Rebound, put back, no good. And another try, and that one's going to result in a whistle as Keller went to the hoop and drew the foul. That's going to be the second foul on Lucas Yoder, and team foul number 1 for the Aces. And it's going to put Christian Keller at the line, shooting 2. Keller gets the first one. (36-9). And the second one, no good. All loose. Keller winds up with it again. Long 3, no good. And this time Sterheim grabs the board. Gets it over to Myers with 9 seconds. Myers to Peffley. Peffley will pull the trigger from 3-point land. No good. 2. And the ball rolls out of bounds with 1.6 seconds left in the third quarter. It'll be Continental's ball. Oakley with the inbounds to Potts, and that'll do it. And that's the end of the third quarter, and the Aces continue to lead comfortably, 36-9 after 3. Well, our last break here before we head into the fourth and final quarter. Another time for another thank you to the Jim SCHMIDT family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, our basketball broadcast underwriters here on Hicksville Community Television. I want to thank them so very much for their continued support of our broadcast of Aces athletic events for the 2015 school year. The Jim SCHMIDT family of automotive dealerships, Jim SCHMIDT Chevrolet Buick and Jim SCHMIDT Ford, with us and underwriting all of our Aces sports broadcasts for the entirety of the school year. We cannot thank them enough. We hope that you will do the same as well the next time you're at either the dealerships or the truck lot, or if you just happen to run into Jim or one of his employees, make sure you let him know how much you enjoy and appreciate being able to watch the Aces sports coverage here on Hicksville Community Television and on the HIX-TV channel on YouTube, because they're the ones that make it possible. Our basketball broadcast underwriters, the Jim SCHMIDT family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. Underway. And we've got Mr. Keck handling the ball for the Pirates. He'll kick it out to Slatman. Slatman with a lot of personal fouls, but back in the game late. Mason from just inside the three-point line is good. Cameron Mason gets the bucket, and 4 points now for Cameron tonight. Lucas Yoder hands it off to Peffley, kicks it over to Hunter Evans. His pull-up jumper is no good, but Dillon tries to grab the board, and we're going to have a over-the-back foul on Dylan Evans. That'll be team foul number 2 on the Aces. Common foul, and that's Dillon's third personal. Inbounds to the Continental Pirates, and here comes Jarrett Keck. Keck tosses it down to Mason. Mason out top to Hale. Hale gets it back to Mason on the wing. Mason driving in, pull-up jumper, no good, and knocked out of bounds. That will be last touched by Lucas Yoder. Should stay with the Pirates, as we're about a minute into the fourth quarter here. Mason, quick inbounds to Hale, off glass, no good. Dylan Evans grabs the board, gets it off to Lucas Yoder. Yoder quickly up court. Yoder traveled, carried the ball. Either way, it'll be a turnover. Mason on the wing. Kicking it back over to Hale, to Keck. Feeding it inside to Slatman. Slatman back to Keck. And Oakley, and they'll move around the perimeter again. Driving in, that's Hale. Shot's no good, but he draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that'll be number 4 on Dylan Evans. And here comes the upper deck to provide some musical entertainment tonight. We look forward to that between the games at halftime of the varsity contest. Alex Hale misses them both. 36-11. Our score. Slatman over to Dylan Evans. Evans out top to Lucas Yoder. Yoder's going to drive in. He'll kick it back out. Sterheim, no good. And we'll have a whistle. And that's going to be a foul. I think that's going to be on Sterheim. And it'll be his first personal. Sanderson and Avios coming into the game. They'll spell Dylan Evans. And Hunter Evans. Heffley's coming out too. Who else went in? Oh, number 32, that is Hootman. And Miss Brady coming into the game. Keck with the ball to Oakley for the Pirates. Long cross-court pass to Mason. Mason trying to work his way in, nothing doing. Head back out and work it around the perimeter. Turnaround jumper up off glass, no good. Avios grabs the board. Gets it over to Lucas Yoder, and we'll come back the other way with the Aces. Lucas Yoder to Sterheim. Tries to feed it down low to Hootman. It's slapped away. Keck comes up with it for the Pirates. Keck over to Mason on the wing. Guarded by Sanderson. Mason looking for some help. Gets it off to Slatman. Slatman loses a dribble a little bit, gets it back, tosses it over to Keck. Keck feeds it down low to Slatman. Slatman puts it up, no good, and Avios grabs the board again. Salvador back over to Lucas Yoder. So we're halfway through the fourth quarter here. 3 minutes and counting. Avios on the wing to Sanderson, who puts it up a little bit short, no good, and we're going to have a foul under the hoop. And that will be, well, they say it's on number 2, but there isn't a number 2. Okay, it's on Aces number 2. Everything they were indicating said it was a foul on Continental, but that's Sanderson's first personal. Team foul number 5 for the Aces. Back the other way with Continental, and a timeout called by the Pirates bench with 2:44 left to go in this fourth and final quarter. 5 team fouls on the Aces so far. The Pirates have been playing pretty well this second half. They've only committed 1. That's their second timeout. They've got 3 remaining, as do the Aces. And again, Hicksville with a comfortable 25-point lead, 36-11. Quick 30-second timeout before we get back into action to wrap up this junior varsity contest here tonight. Aces will break huddle, as will the Pirates. We'll get ready to get back into action. Keller looking to inbounds, gets it in to Hale. Hale feeds it down low to Slotman, who puts it up, no good, and we're going to have a push off. That'll be on the Aces once again. That'll be team foul number 6. Dylan Evans checking back into the game. And he'll spell Blake Sterheim. Sterheim will sit down with 2 personal fouls. Evans, I think, has got 3 or 4, so. But it's late in the game. Keck driving in, kicks it back out to Hale. Hale to Slotman. Over to States. States will put it up, partially blocked, no good, and we're going to have a whistle. Elias went for the board. I think he stepped on the end line to go out of bounds. 2:22 left in the game. Keller manages to get it in, but it's stolen right away, and we're going to have another push off. That one, I think, is going to go on Hale for the Pirates. His first personal, team foul only number 2. As Taryn Butler checking in now for Continental. He'll spell Slotman. Elias bounces it in to Lucas Yoder. Yoder to Elias. He'll put it up, no good. Put back by Hoopman, no good. And Keller will grab the board. He'll toss it over to Keck, quickly down the floor. Keck behind the back dribble and lost it a little bit. Winds up a jump ball. Sterheim back into the game for Dylan Evans. Also checking in number 33, Jaden Warner, and number 22, Zach Moran for Continental. Butler looking to get the ball inbounds. 1:56 to go in the junior varsity game. Butler gets it in. Shot is up and no good. It's being volleyballed all around, and Avios winds up coming up with it. Shot by Warner was no good, by the way. Over to Lucas Yoder with 1:43. Yoder backing out beyond that three-point arc. He'll drive in again, and his behind-the-back dribble results in a turnover as well. Warner over to Keck. Keck travels. Jarrett Keck tried to balance on one leg, and then he kind of tipped over onto the other one for the traveling call. 1:28. Yoder down low to Hootman. Hootman up and good. Brady Hootman gets the bucket. We'll come back the other way. Jarrett Keck. 1:14. Keck drives it into the paint, feeds it off to Warner, and slapped away. And that'll put him at the line to shoot some free throws, I do believe. As that'll put the Pirates into the bonus now for the remainder of the game. Last minute, 10 seconds. So Jaden Warner at the line to shoot 1 and 1. In and out, no good. I guess 2-shot foul, who's in the act of shooting. So Warner will get one more. Warner's second shot is good. Makes it 38-12. And here come the Aces. Lucas Yoder with 1:05 as he crosses his pass to Sanderson. Sanderson started looking to move before he had the ball in control, and it goes off his shoulder out of bounds. 101, the Pirates get it back. Jarrett Keck looking around, down to 50 seconds. Keck's going to drive into the paint, bounce pass to Warner, up off glass, no good. They'll kick it back out. That shot up and no good from Butler. And another put back, and that one's no good. And Sanderson grabs the board for the Aces with 37 left in the game. Yoder to Sanderson. Sanderson gets it into Sterheim. Sterheim down low to Avios, up off the glass and good. Avios gets his name in the scoring book. Grabs the board, back the other way with 9. Loses the dribble, gets it back, loses it again. Ball's bouncing around loose, up in the air, rolling around. Got people rolling on the floor. 2.2 seconds left. And I think we're going to shoot some free throws. Avios picks up his first personal foul as he kind of pummels Mr. Keck. Keck will shoot 1 and 1. 40-12. Keck misses the front end. Hootman grabs the board, and they're just going to bounce the ball a couple times, and that will be the ball game. Your final score in this Boys Junior Varsity match, it's the Hicksville Aces beating the Continental Pirates. 40-12, the final score. I'm going to do some quick addition here, and we will see if we can get you some unofficial scoring numbers. And here we go. Again, 40-12, your final score for the Continental Pirates tonight. Their leading scorer was Cameron Mason, who had a field goal in each half for a total of 4 points tonight. 3 points each for Connor Oakley and Nick States. And then 1 point apiece for Christian Keller and for Jaden Warner off the free throw line. On the Aces side of the coin, leading scorer for Hicksville tonight in double figures, Hunter Evans, finishing up with 12 points. Also in double figures tonight, Quentin Peffley, who wraps up tonight's game with 10 to his credit. 4 points each for Jake Greer, Lucas Yoder, and Michael Myers, and 2 apiece for Brady Hootman and Salvador Avios. And Dylan Evans, too. I think I got everybody now. Yes, indeed. So there you have it. Again, 40-12, the final score. Aces put another one into the win column on the junior varsity side. Well, that's going to wrap up the first game tonight. I want to say another big thank you to the Hicksville Athletic Department and also to our basketball broadcast underwriters, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. And, of course, we invite you to check out the program guide and stay tuned to HIX-TV because we'll be sticking around and we'll have coverage of the varsity matchup between the Aces and the Pirates coming up on HIX-TV as well. But with that, we'll wrap up our junior varsity coverage on this Friday night on HIX-TV. For Kate Murphy on the camera, I'm Bill Murphy saying good night and good sports.